Well, I was going to head out and get me some leaves and put a bundle in for my eco dyeing, and it's pouring outside. I went grocery shopping today and it was like 98 degrees, and then I've been busy in my studio trying to clean up a bunch of junk, and I go out to go get some plants and hello, it's pouring out there. So I decided what I do is I would work on the altered art book and see what we're going to do. I got some of these papers that were made, I think this one and this one. I was trying to do those transfers, those image transfers on the jelly plate, and these are the ones before, I got a real handle on it. And I believe this came in a Happy Mail. So I'm going to use these as the background for my page and see what happens. Like I say, I was cleaning up and I came across this really cool picture of just some fish. And I thought, oh, that would be fun to work, to put into something. So I thought, well, I guess now's the time. I'm not getting outside anytime soon. So we'll just see what I can do with the fish. And we'll go from there. Okay. These are the fishies. Where are my fishies? These are the fishies that I came across, and I thought, oh, these are so cute. So I made a copy, and I cut out about 3 of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any more, but for sure I'm going to use these 3. Then like I say, I was cleaning up, so I came across different things that I really hadn't played around with in a while. And one of them was a box full of matchbook covers. And so I thought, well, I had this one particular type that had duplicates, so I thought it'd be okay if I used those. The ones that I only have, 1 or 2 of, I use them very sparingly and I don't cover them up. But these I think I'll use on this page. And I think I'll glue something on these. Not sure what. Well, maybe this, huh? Or, let's see, maybe even some of these. Glue that on there, maybe. Maybe? Okay, I think I'll do that. Let me glue those down. Okay. It already looks like it's under the water. Then I saw that I had this really cute napkin. And I said, you know what? This little guy needs to be on here somehow with the fish, right? Okay. So, yeah. I'm just going to tear around it. I forgot to get water. Normally I would put a little strip of water. You know, bring a small brush, rub the water around it, and then that'll allow it to tear more easily. But I wasn't all that prepared. I was supposed to be boiling. Uh-oh, there goes the thunder. Can you guys hear it? Oh, how cute is that? Oh no, and I had papers outside drying. Well, I guess they're not drying anymore. Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is kind of cute. I think I like that. Now hold on, because these are going to get folded up. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. Okay. Let me put this down. And for those of you that working with napkins is new, there's all kinds of ways to put them down. You can use your glue stick, that's fine. You can use any kinds of glues. Make sure if it's a 2-ply or 3-ply that you take that off, which I've already done that. I don't want to embarrass myself doing it on the video because it usually takes me forever. I try all the tricks and none of the tricks work for me. Okay, let's put this down first right here. And I just pat it down because, you know, it is very thin. And I know people say, how do you keep from getting the wrinkles? I don't care about the wrinkles. I like wrinkles. So, I don't try anything to not get the wrinkles. Sorry. Okay, so then I let that dry as much as possible, because if you go right now and put a coat of, you know, what if you're using Mod Podge, you put a coat over that, chances are you're going to tear it. So the best thing I suggest is to let it dry and then come back and put a coat over that. So let's let that dry. What else do we need to do? Let's see. I don't think these are dry. Oh no. You do know what I did. I knew I was doing something wrong. I knew I was putting them on upside down. And I know you guys are probably hollering at me, you're putting it on the wrong side of the paper. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm going to show you all the mistakes. We all make mistakes. Will I be able to salvage this? I doubt it. Okay. Alright. Well, good thing they were wet. They came off. So I'm just going to let this dry, and I'm going to use it the right way. Alright? Let me go dry that. I'll be right back. I know. I bet you thought I was exaggerating when I said it's kind of sort of raining here. Well, hopefully it'll cool it down. Okay, back to the fun stuff. Okay, changed my mind. This is too much of a mess. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, what I'm going to use, clean up my mess here. What I'm going to use is the other piece that I showed you. So hopefully I'll do it right this time. Oh my goodness. Oh no, now I hear something leaking. Oh my goodness. Hold on, people. Alright, can anything else go wrong? Now, can you hear that tick, 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 tick? There is a leak in my ceiling. Water is coming out of the ductwork on my ceiling for my air conditioner. All I can figure all I can figure is that, I don't know, we have an attic. There is a, what do you call that? The word is escaping me right now. What's the word? You know, so the air can go in and out of the attic. And it's in the front. The wind has been so strong that it's been raining vertically. I think it rained into my attic. And now, oh my. Yeah. So, not anything I can do about it right now. It's still raining. It's still going horizontal, which means there's only going to be more rain getting into my attic. Yeah. Okie dokie. So, I can't go home because it's raining too much because my studio is separate from my house. So, I'm going to finish this, but I guess I'm not going to have, I don't know. I'll record it normally, but when I go to edit it, it may just have to be silent because it's just way too noisy. But anyway, okay. I am going to glue down, oh my Lord, okay. I'm going to glue these down. I'll go ahead and talk to you, and if I edit it out, well, I edit it out. Right. And this wasn't even on the forecast, people. South of us, they were supposed to get rain. And they said, oh, well, we might get a cooling down trend for a day. Oh, boy. Well, at least we aren't in other parts of the country. I had a phone call yesterday from one of my best friends, Debbie. She was like a sister to me when I lived in Hawaii, and we've been through a lot together. Now see, look what I'm doing. I'm not paying attention. Oh, why didn't somebody tell me? I'm already gluing the wrong side. Here, I got another one. See, I can't. Am I doing the wrong side? Yeah. Okay, back to Debbie. She still is one of my best friends. Obviously, we don't get to spend as much time together, but she's a sweetheart. But anyway, she lives on the Big Island of Hawaii, where the lava is flowing as we speak. And down there in Kapoho Tide Pools, we used to go down there a lot, and you know, her family and my husband and I, we go down there, and they go to the tide pools and swim and have lunch, and just a great old time. It doesn't exist. We watched it on the news as the lava just engulfed that entire bay. It was so sad to watch. Not only, you know, the people that lost their homes, the beauty that was lost, and all the history. Because down there it was real traditional. There was these beautiful shallow tide pools where you'd snorkel, and it was no deeper in some areas than, you know, maybe 5 or 6 inches. And all these families of different kinds of little ocean creatures would be in there, and their little babies, and they'd be hiding, and they'd come out in their little schools. And it was a tradition there with the locals that, you know, you would go down there and take your children when they were young, and that would be their first experience, you know, in the water. And that is all over. So, in perspective, water leaking out of my ceiling. Keep it in perspective, Rosemary. It's not that bad. And then my friend, she lives on the west side of the island, which is where Kona is, and the lava flow is on the east side of the island. So you would think, well, you know, she's not, you know, involved at all, but the air quality is so poor on her side because the winds always go in that direction, almost always go in that direction. So all of those fumes and steams and gases and everything is going in that direction. So a lot of people are having to deal with that. And then closer to the actual volcano as opposed to the fissure, you have to understand there's the big volcano, and then there's the fissure down about 20 miles away where the lava is actually coming out. But up where the volcano itself is, it's still letting out gases, and it's still letting out steam. And so there's a town close to there, and I have a little friend that goes to the school up there, and school has now been closed because the ash that's coming down. You got to realize in Hawaii, on the Big Island anyway, especially in that area, it's more in the mountains and it's cooler. Nobody has air conditioning, so it isn't like they can close the windows and, you know, breathe filtered air into school. everything's open. The doors are open, the windows are open, everything's open. So it's not safe for them to go to school because they can't breathe. So that's what they're doing. I hope you don't mind the Hawaii update. I know I'm supposed to be doing art, but now I'm so distracted with the storm and my ceiling leaking. This may never make it on YouTube. Oh dear. But anyway, back to Debbie. She had just come back from Oahu because her specialist is there. She had what did she have? I know she had a stroke. I know she had an aneurysm. I know they had to put some kind of a coil up in her neck to slow down any future aneurysms that would be going in that area. I guess the way they looked at her, she had a history, it was going to probably happen, and so to prevent that, they put some kind of little coil that will break it up. That's the way I understand it. Well, anyway, that was, how many years? That's already been 10 years ago. And so when she went on her follow-up yesterday or day before yesterday, yesterday, they told her that the coil is going to have to be replaced, which they thought they would. It lasted longer than they thought. They thought 5 to 7 years they'd have to replace it. So it lasted her 10, but she's still nervous about that. But anyway, when they were there in Oahu, they obviously they flew over, and then they had to get a cab to go to their appointment, and the cab driver said that his but his fares are like half. People just aren't going to Hawaii, and it's really, really hard on the economy, and it's sad because there's nothing going on the other islands. I mean, it's completely separate, but people are afraid to do anything Hawaiian, I guess, now for a while. So they're having to deal with that. So that was kind of sad to hear. But then I have a friend who was a tour guide that would go up to Volcano, and he has no work at all because almost all of his work was from the cruise ships. They would stop, and of course they would go on the different tours. So the ship isn't stopping, so that means he has no work. So it's really hurting the economy a lot. So not only do people not have a home to go home to, now they don't even have a job. So it's pretty sad, I must say. So that's my long-winded analysis of why the leak in my ceiling really should be the least of my problems. Oh, and I guess I was thinking about that too. Hey, yeah, I don't know. See how your mind works? I got all this under the sea. I've got seashells. I've got fish. Yeah, I guess it's weird. Your mind, where your mind goes. Why am I doing fish? Why am I doing this? I don't know. It must be on my mind. But it's sad. It's real sad. And where it's all flowing, as the lava flows, for a part of the time I was there, I lived probably like about 4 miles from there. And then when we left there, we went up, what they call up country, up by Volcano. So I was even closer to the volcano after that. But beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Uh-oh. Now the air conditioner just went on. I wonder if all that water is... Oh, dear. What a mouse. Okay. And then Debbie's son, Travis, his in-laws just moved to Hawaii. They just retired, just moved, and now his in-laws' children that live in California are saying, "Get out of there, come home." Oh, I think they've only been there like about maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe. And now the family is like, "Get out of there! You're crazy!" Hey, this looks kind of cool. What do you guys think? Ta-da! I like it. Still not sure what I'm doing, but that never stopped me before. I just keep plugging along, see what happens. Oh, the rain's slowing down, I can see. And I don't hear that tick, 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 tick as hard. It's slowed down. Well, you know, it's supposed to be like 90 degrees. Whatever moisture got built up in there, it's going to be dry. At least I don't have to worry about that. There's not going to get any mold buildup. It's going to be hot up there. Everything's going to dry out. And that'll be that. But that is very strange. We've had a lot of different storms. We've had a lot of rain. That has never happened before. So that is pretty freaky. My husband's going to freak out when I tell him. He gets all nervous with things like that. He's going to think the house is falling apart. Or what does he want? This little studio. I think this house that I'm in right now, that I have my studio in, it's a shotgun house. And I think the neighbors, the neighbor that used to live behind me, she died about a year ago. But she was 109 years old when she died. And she was like, I mean, so sharp. She could tell you everything that went on around here. And she was living when this bungalow was built. And it was built in the late 20s, 1920s. So even this little bungalow is, you know, going on 100 years old. And my main house that I live in, it's next door. And that house was built in, I think it was, I gotta double check, I forget if it was 1903 or 1908. So, she was not around for that. I don't know if she was alive, but she wasn't around here. No, I don't think she was alive then. Do the math, do the math. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm liking this with all the catastrophe going around and all my mess ups. See, you just got to keep plugging along. When you're doing your art and you're going, this is not working, everything's going wrong, I'm going to give up, I'm just going to walk away. Tell yourself there's worse things going on than you not being able to connect with your art. And just put your big girl panties on and start gluing. Alright, let's see. Okay. Excuse me. Yay! Oh, my water stopped. That's a good sign. The wind stopped. That's why the water stopped. good. It means there's not that much up there. Except that means I have that insulation that they blow in, so that's probably wet. But like I said, it's going to be 100. It'll be dry tomorrow. We got to see how we can prevent that from happening again, because that's not good. Not good at all. Okay. Alright, so I really don't know what I'm doing. All I know is that when I was cleaning up, I came across this. And I thought, well, I could use these, you know, for something. Uh-oh. See? That's what I get for talking so much. I put them on backwards. Now they're all upside down because I was going to hang them like that. Now, is that going to stop me? No. Am I going to do it over? No. See, this will just be a reminder to me. Every time I look at this, it'll be a reminder of how distracted I was. How distracted I was when my ceiling when my ceiling was dripping down. Okay. Ooh, it actually stopped. Hello. I hadn't made it next door to even make supper. It's already after 7 o'clock here. I was stuck here for like an hour and a half. I was heading back, and that's when I realized, it's storming. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I need to put a coat over this so that's a little stronger. So I'll do that, then I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to, because it stopped raining, I am going to assess the damage to my potted plants, my hanging plants, and to my wind chimes that were out in that storm that may not be in one piece anymore. Oh dear. My oh my. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, finish up putting a coat of this on here, and then I'm out of here, and then I will be back and figure out what we are going to do with the rest of this page. I know for sure you guys are not going to get any inspiration for your own page out of all this mess, but hey, you know, it can't be a winner every time. That's all I can say. Okay then, I will be back. Alright, so I'm back. I started filming this on Friday afternoon, and the storm got really bad. My ceiling was leaking. So as soon as there was a break in the storm, I ran back to the house, and it kept raining and raining. So this is now the next day, and you know, this started off as a you know, a share, a process video of making my altered page, but it's ended up being just a bunch of chit chat. So I apologize for that, but we will continue. I made a bunch of mistakes. I was distracted. The storm took my attention. I did things upside down and backwards. And you know what? We are going to go with the flow. That's how stuff happens sometimes. You know, you start off with good intentions and things just go wrong. And instead of starting all over again, just work with what you have. You know, look, this is all. Work with what you Look at this mess. But yeah, let's just continue working. I made these, remember, and when I put the napkins on, I put it, you know, I put the napkins on wrong. I put them completely wrong. So it doesn't matter. Like I say, it's upside down. I don't care. This is what we're going to do. All right, so then I found a napkin that I have. It has a bunch of fishies. So I figure, let's cut out a few of the fishies to decorate on this, and that's where we're at right now. I think it is all too convoluted for me. But anyway, being that this is not going to be a normal video, I thought it's going to turn more into a chit chat. And what happened was, when I went, I'm going to glue these on here. When I went back to the house, I was checking, you know, how my group was doing, and I had posted our latest flower swap. Hold on, I'm losing stuff already. Where's my, I don't know where my other glue is. I'll just use this. Anyway, so then I went over to check my Etsy store and see how that was doing, if I had any orders. And I had a lady who purchased one of my journals very upset. She didn't like the journal that she got. She didn't like the size. She said there was no wow to it. There was nothing special about it. And she just was not a happy camper. Whoops. I'm already doing this wrong. Hold on, people. That's what I get for talking. It's got to go that way. See, I almost did it wrong again. Okay. Anyway. So she was not a happy camper. She didn't like what she received. Now, this is the first time anyone has ever told me that they didn't like what they got. Maybe there was other people that didn't like what they got, but no one's ever told me that they didn't like what they got. Now, my initial response was, oh, devastation. She doesn't like what I made. It wasn't good enough. I should have done this. I should have done that. And that was my initial gut response. But then when I read it again, all the things that she didn't like about it should not have been a surprise to her, because those of you that know when I sell my journals, that I do a full flip through, so that it isn't like I select some isolated page, you know, from the journal that doesn't really represent the entire journal, maybe just one page that looks like that and the rest is plain. But I do a video and a flip through every single page. So there is no surprises. You know exactly what you are getting. So I thought, well, you know, what can I do? And she even put in her message that she watched the video. And she kept expecting a wow moment when she was turning the pages. Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know why. I don't know. I can't explain that. I can't get into, you know, her thought process. But anyway, initially, let's get back to the point. Initially, you know, it was all about me. Oh, she doesn't like my stuff. All this, all that, all that. Yada, yada, yada. And then after a couple of minutes of, you know, having a heart attack about it, then I thought, wait a minute. You know, I made a journal that I liked. I made a journal that I was proud of. And I got paid for it. So what do I have to complain about? Her, on the other hand, unless she is independently wealthy, she spent money on something that she now does not like. And so I started to feel bad about that, because that's not what I'm about. I'm not, oh, you know, I got mine, too bad, you should have watched the video, you should have done this, you should have done that. Anyone that's dealt with me knows that I'm not that way. So now, instead of feeling sorry for myself, I really started feeling bad for her, that she was disappointed after spending her good money and not getting what she wanted. So no matter what the reason, you know, that's still a fact. I could say, well, you know, she saw the video, she saw the pictures, she knew what she was getting, yada, yada, yada. But I still feel bad for her. And so I reached out to her, and because she had mentioned that, you know, she had been better off if she had just bought one of my boho kits. So I reached out to her and told her that I would be more than happy to send her one of my boho kits at my expense, and that way, you know, she still feels like she got something that she likes for her money. As of today, I haven't heard back from her, but that's what I offered her. So anyway, so I was thinking, you know, how do we as individuals react when things that we work hard at are rejected? And we all, you know, we all react differently. We all have different responses. But then I brought it full circle to what we were talking about earlier, about what's going on in Hawaii and everybody losing their house and all of that. And then me over here getting all excited because I have a little drip on my ceiling. And, you know, it all comes down to perspective and how you look at things. And so, uh-oh, I forgot to put that over there. Anyway, perspective, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to share that for you to think when things are going on in your life. Yeah, sure, it's your life. It's happening to you. And if it's happening to us, it's real important. But are we sometimes, not always, of course, when it comes to health and things like that, we have to worry about that and we have to take care of it, and it's very disconcerting. But when it comes to other things, you know, minor things, you know, do we keep things in our life in perspective? Or do we make it all about us, you know? So that's what I was thinking last night, keeping things in perspective. Now, perspective, what do you guys think about this? I kind of like it. I should have done that. See, I should have done this on this first, because now Mr. Fishy is in the way. That's okay. We're not going to worry about it, are we? No. Okay. No, no, no. Put a little bit of the green. Okay, so here again, I am using my my pastels. I like them, and I think this one I got this whole bat. Well, see, these are the ones that I bought and collected, all different colors. These came from some thrift shop, and these are actually a little creamier than the ones that I have, which is pretty cool because they, you know, when you rub them, they're very fluid. I really like these. They're called Gallery. I don't know if I've ever seen these before. But if you come across Gallery, these are pretty good. I don't know if they're cheap or expensive when you buy them, but I think I just paid $1 for the whole thing. But anyway, okay. So now, what are we going to do next? I want to get these little boogers glued on there. And I think I need to get I think I need to find a brush. Okay. Because it gets more transparent when you do it with the Mod Podge as opposed to the glue stick, because I'm still going to have to go over that to make that blend in. So make sure if you're going to do a napkin that you want to be totally blended in, it's probably best to use something that's more on the wet side, I think. Yeah, see, it disappears better, the white part of the napkin. Speaking of napkins, I ordered me some really cute napkins. I've never ordered napkins before. They are so adorable, and they were not cheap. So I might have to sell some to pay for the price of the ones I bought. You know, that's the thing. When you buy napkins, you know, they come either packs of 10, 15, 20. Who needs all those napkins of the same thing? So you order them because you think they're cute, and then you've got all these napkins left over. So I think once I get them, forget where they are coming from, somewhere, I can't remember what country right now, but somewhere in Europe. Really, really cute. So when I get those, I might put a little bundle of those for sale. Look how adorable! This is coming out cute. But anyway, the ones that I ordered, they are animals. They're all kind of like what I would call nature theme. But they're very bright. They're very, I wouldn't say cartoony. That's not the right word. They're not at all. They're very realistic, but still with a real, you know, what am I trying to say? They're not like a picture. They're, I don't know what I want to say. But anyway, what I really think is so cute about them is they all have plants and flowers on their head as headdresses. And I just love this person's art. I don't have her name in front of me, but she does a series of these. So I forget how many I ordered. Too many. That's why I've got to sell the rest. But they are just adorable. And I find out, you know, she does a lot of different things. It just happens that I ran across her napkins, but I guess she does calendars, and she does plates and cups, and she has runs the whole gamut. She does it all. And super duper cute. Okay, I'm back. Hubby came over to investigate the leak. Alright, so I've got these all glued down, ready to go. And this was sticking out, so I cut it. I'm going to see if I'm going to use it somehow or not. Not sure yet. And I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put these. I was thinking because it's going to be a little bulky. I have to make sure that, or I'm going to try and make sure that when I close it, they aren't butting up against each other because it'll make it too thick. So if I stagger this, put one here and one closer to the edge, so that when it closes, it won't. You know what I mean. I can't explain it, but I'm having I'm having a tough time articulating myself. But anyway, I think you guys know what I am talking about. Alright, now before I glue any of these things down, I need to put the staple where they used to be so that it's still going to work like that. And I think to put these down, I'm going to end up using the double-sided tape because it's a little wonky, and if I just put the glue, it may not do what I want it to do. And then I think before I actually do that, I need to put the little fishies on. Let me put those on. Should have. Here we go again. I should have. Maybe not. That'll be fine. Alright, I am determined to get this page done and over with. I was just talking along to you guys. I thought I had come back, but my battery went kaput. So, I had already glued these two down. Fortunately, I didn't have one glued down, so I can at least show you how to do that one. I put double stick tape in the back, and for some reason I just kept thinking of these little tabs to the tea bags, and I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking about it. I don't know why, but I guess it needed to be there, and I don't know why, but I guess maybe it was reminding me of fishing lines. I don't know. I can't even tell you where my mind was going, but I know it just kept going back there over and over again. So I said, don't fight it. Go with the flow. So that's what I did. So I did that with those two, and I want this guy not to be in the way of that one opening. And I found out something that's not going to work, but we'll make it work. Was when I put this one, I staggered it over here because this one was going to go there. That way when it closed, they didn't hit each other. But what I didn't stop to think about was it was too bulky to be that close, and it wouldn't close at all. So now this one's either going to have to lay flat, you know, like that, and not hook underneath that, or I'm just going to leave it open. I'm kind of thinking of maybe leaving it open, and his little eye is hiding back there, and it kind of looks like it was supposed to be like that all along. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is what's happening so far. At least these do close. They do work out the way I intended them. That is good. I can close the book relatively. You know, these books are never really going to close. Let's see how this one lifts it up. So I have two choices. I can just let it lay like that, and then it closes up relatively, you know, for these kind of books. But I'm just going to have to wing it and see what I do. So I had, you know, a plan. Well, I didn't have a plan, but I did go with the flow. And I met resistance because, because this isn't going to close. But do I care? No. That is all part of the charm and the character of these little books. Now, what else do I need? I think I need some bubbles. Okay, let's get some bubbles for these guys. I have deco marker. I haven't ever used this, so let me get it started. Okay, and let's get a bubble there. He needs a bubble. Who else? Oh, this little guy. And let's see how long this takes to dry. It is acrylic. It's water-based, so there's no odor, and it should dry relatively quick. What else do I want to do on here? I'm afraid to do anything else. Because it's like if I do anything else, it's going to go wrong. Maybe I just need to trim out my edges and call it a day. Because, oh boy, between everything, this has been you know, what can go wrong will go wrong kind of project. I still think it's kind of cute. Oops, see, I can't even cut this. Oh my gosh. Okay, people, I am really ready to... See, you are not the only ones that get frustrated. You need to realize that. Everybody gets frustrated. So don't feel like you're alone in your frustrations. Well, and then my husband, when he came over, he also told me that over on our house, that this one trim that was loose is no longer loose. It's gone. It completely fell off. It's laying on the other part of our roof. So that will be interesting. It will be very, very interesting. See, my husband, I don't like my husband getting up in high places because he is totally deaf in one ear and has partial loss in the other. So his equilibrium, let's just say, he's like one of those little toys, boing, 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 when it comes to getting up high. So I don't like him doing that. So we might have to get somebody to fix that. So yet another cost. Alright, so now, never ending problems. Well, what should I trim that out in? In a contrasting color, or should I have it fade in? Should I use a neon? Should I use one of my new cheapy ones? Should I go with the blue? Let's just try a corner and see what happens. That's what I say. Now this is kind of light, but let's see. I don't know, I kind of like it. And no one says we have to use the same color all the way around. Who says that? I don't say that. Oh, I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Oh, I'm not supposed to care what you think, right? I'm supposed to do what I like. Oh, dear. Alright. But I think you would agree. It does add a little touch. Uh-oh, I hear dogs barking. My husband's supposed to go over and check out a friend's electrical. I was going to pick him up. That may be him. He's a real character, that guy. He is funny. My husband used to be an electrician and an elevator technician, so he does know his electricity. And if he explained to you how an elevator worked, for those of you that are afraid, you wouldn't be afraid anymore. Of course, there are always freak accidents and freaks, you know, exceptions to the rule. But he would put your mind at ease. But there are freak accidents and exceptions to the rule about everything. Okay. I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm calling this done. Okay, people? This stinking thing is done. Whether it looks like it is or not, I think it's done. Now, what all of these have to do with each other, I don't know. My husband came in and was looking at it, and he says, just like I mentioned before, he goes, were you thinking of the Kapoho tide pools when you put this together? And I said, not consciously, but I think it must have been on my mind. So there you go. I'll figure out how this is all going to fold. I can't even close it till this dries. But let me tell you, people, it is it is done. So I hope I've inspired you to do what? I have no idea. But maybe to persevere. No matter what kind of obstacles you get, whether in your personal life or in your art, just keep plugging along until it gets done. All right, have fun, ladies.